Okay, so we are now down in Miranda's office. Let's see what it was she wanted to talk to me about.
Shepard, I find myself in the unpleasant position of asking for your help. I don't like discussing personal matters, but this is important.
Of course, whatever it is you need help with.
Miranda, you're one of my crew. Tell me what's on your mind.
You remember
Yeah.
what I told you about Father? Building a dynasty?
Yeah,
There was
I
another
remember.
reason I went to Cerberus for protection.
Oh? And what was that?
I have a sister, a twin, and he's still
A
hunting
twin
her.
sister?
Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
There's another one that looks just like you? Wow. Only not anymore, I'm
So
guessing?
you think your father has tracked her down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources
boy.
indicate he knows that she's on Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden
Huh.
without impacting her life, but I'm out of options.
Huh.
He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, why do we need this particular camera angle? I'm just saying, this seems a bit unnecessary, but you can understand now why I'm having her wear that armor rather than her regular outfit.
What do you know about your sister?
She's my genetic twin. We're identical, but she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it no matter what.
Okay, and the
Does
relocation?
your sister's family know about this? Are they okay with being relocated?
They know nothing. They're completely uninvolved. Normal. I told Cerberus
Well, I'm
and they're
sure they
coming
won't
up with a
have a
positive
problem with
reason
this.
to move the family.
Alright, yeah, sure, I can help you.
What do you need me to do?
My father is extremely persistent. I'd like to go to Ilium when Cerberus is moving the family to make sure
Well,
none
how
of his
convenient.
agents
I'm on
get
my
too
way to
close.
Ilium's myself.
My contact's name is Lantea. She'll be waiting for us in the lounge near the Nos Astra docking bay.
Like, what a coincidence. I was just on my way there. Doesn't mean I'll take Miranda with me immediately when I immediately go to Ilium, but it's certainly one of the things to do on Ilium. She had the door closed on me. Okay. Before we head up and ask Jacob what it was he wanted to talk about, let's go down and see if anybody has anything to say. I don't think Grunt has anything to say, but Jack would probably certainly have something to say. However vulgar it may be. But despite how she speaks, you do get to find out some interesting things about her background. It's like, find out more about her. It's all part of her character development. Hello, Jack.
Hey,
Tell me about you, Jack. What are you up to?
still checking out your shit.
Yeah, what are you doing down here?
Wouldn't mind putting her through her paces when you're not around.
Yeah, I don't think Joker would appreciate that.
I doubt Joker would appreciate that.
That's
At
what I
least
just
not
said.
while we're working.
Relax. Joyriding doesn't have the thrill it used to. Besides, if I wanted it, I'd take it.
That's
Oh,
so.
really?
I've been around. Ran with gangs, wiped out some gangs, joined a cult. Kept the haircut. I learned how to survive and not be a victim.
You were part of a cult? Really?
It's hard to imagine you in a cult. That usually involves a lot of rules.
I was looking for answers. Drugs and sex and going to a better place. A better place. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It was all about
Yeah,
money.
a better place.
They wanted to take a colony, shake the suckers down to fund their spread, and guess who was their ace in the hole? They were just like the rest. Didn't give one shit about me.
And what happened to them? I think I might
What
know.
did you do when you found out?
What do you think?
Yep, that's what I thought. Do you not trust anyone?
You must have met some good people, too.
Everybody wants something, and because of that,
That's an-
everything is fair game.
That's not entirely
Murder, assault, kidnapping, drugs, stealing, arson. Done it all.
Wow.
And that's the boring shit.
true. That's
Piracy,
just the boring
theft
stuff?
of military craft, destruction of a space station, and vandalism.
Wow.
That was a good one.
I'm surprised you would include vandalism in that little in that
I'm surprised
group.
you'd even mention vandalism in that bunch.
That's what I just said.
That's what the Hanar call it when you crash that space station I mentioned into one of their moons and make a new crater. They really
What?
liked that moon.
A space station?
A space station. You're pushing what I can believe.
Ain't saying it was easy. Not everything is spur of the moment. Sometimes you gotta work to give people what they deserve. Had some people I hung with for a while. Outlaw colony. Felt like they were like me. Guess that made us a nice target. Turians think they know something about a scorched earth response. Fuck 'em.
Wow. Okay. What was this military craft you stole?
Military's a hard target. Bet that made you some friends.
Shouldn't have left the thing unlocked. Besides, parades are boring. I helped.
I actually agree with her. I myself find parades a little boring. Not when I was a kid, but now older, I kind of do. But it's like, shouldn't have left that door unlocked.
You were a pirate too?
Ties in with the kidnapping. If you hijack a passenger ship and don't kill everyone, anyway. Good lesson. Simpler to just kill them all.
I could see her as a pirate. Do you not regret any of
You
it?
ever wonder if you could have done things differently?
No.
Shouldn't you?
There's no reason I should be alive, but I am. You know why?
Wow.
Instinct. It's worked for me so far, and I'm not gonna change.
Oh, man.
Hey, Shepard. No one's ever asked me about this shit. It's strange to talk about. So fuck you. And thanks for asking.
Gee. You see what I mean? Man, what a potty mouth she's got. I'm just being a nice guy, just wanting to know more about her, and she says that. Wow. But at least we found out some stuff about her. About some of her background. Alright, now, let's go back to the CIC, and let's see what Jacob wanted to talk about. If there's something going on that he needs help with. And then after that, the next thing we will probably do is go get our other old friend, who we saw at the beginning of this game, but now we'll actually be able to have her join our team, is Tali. Alright, over here. Hey, Fiddy, what do you want?
Commander, sorry I'm a little unfocused. Personal matter. It won't affect my duties.
Then why did you leave a note with
The
Kelly?
yeoman said you wanted to see me. What's this about, Jacob?
As I said, it's a personal matter. I don't want to waste our
That's
time
okay.
if it turns out to be a goose chase.
But if I can help.
Well, I got pinged by a ghost the other night. Family.
What's up?
I'm listening.
My private log got an update about the Hugo Gernsback, the ship my father served on. It sent an
dad?
SOS last week, reporting a crash and requesting a rescue. Shepard,
Oh,
that ship
man.
went missing 10 years ago.
What?
I hadn't talked to my father for 3 years before that. I've buried everything but a body. I'm not convinced it isn't just some automated distress signal ticking over.
Huh.
It's been too long.
It could be. But wouldn't you at least want to check it so you can find out if, to find him? Or is that a bad issue with you?
I think you'd be more excited that your father might be alive.
He wasn't around enough for me to have bad memories. It's an old, well-healed wound. But if he's actually alive and needs help, I also want to note that it's not normal procedure for distress calls to be routed to the Normandy. This was passed to my personal log through Cerberus filters.
Huh. What do you think this possible connection could be? Like the that someone may have actually rerouted to your filter, to your log.
Any signs that this was a Cerberus front? Who passed this to you?
I doubt the elusive man would let a direct operation stake hold this long. If there's a link, it's probably just about money. Cerberus needs diverse holdings to fund projects like, well, you.
I was a very expensive guy. Very
And whoever
expensive
sent this
project.
my way covered their tracks. Someone could be fishing for favors, or thought it would get under my skin.
Huh.
Who knows with that bunch?
So I take it you and your dad weren't exactly on the best of terms?
You didn't get along with your father?
He made no apologies, I'll give him that. You make a mistake, you own up to it. Even if you keep making it.
Huh.
Whatever problems we had were a lifetime ago. I've had 10 years to get to where I am. And as far as I know, he's still a ghost.
Huh. So what was up with this ship and the mission that was on?
Tell me about the Hugo Gernsback and what it was doing.
Privately held frigate. I looked over the mission brief when it disappeared. Nothing stood out. Typical research and grab operation. Find an uncharted planet, stake a claim, and establish as large a presence as you can as fast as possible to shut out competitors.
Well, let's go take a
Well, I
look.
think we can spare the time. Pass the coordinates to Joker.
I appreciate that, Commander.
No
I
problem.
don't expect more than dusty old bones, but it'll be good to close the record.
Yeah, at least you'll be able to get some closure to close the book on that chapter of your life. Okay. To Aya. I'm telling you, some of these planets have very interesting names. Again, I want to know who was the guy that got the task of naming all the planets. It's probably like that joke about how Noah was naming all the animals, and he started off great with hippopotamus, and then 10 hours later, cow. He just ran out of letters and names. I'm telling you, you see some of the names of some of these planets, you go, what
Commander,
the
you've
heck
received
is
a new message at your
this?
private terminal.
No, I haven't, Kelly. I already looked at all my messages, but thank you anyway. Okay, so we have gained those missions. And, oh, yeah, Horizon. Okay. So let's leave this cluster here, or this system. And now, you'll see that we have a couple of extra things here on the map now. Now, over here, we have Help Jacob. Over here, you can see one place has a bunch of stuff. There's the planet Ilium, which is where we would recruit the Justicar, recruit Assassin, help Miranda, and give Liara the intel about the Shadow Broker. And way over here at the far rim is where we will recruit Tali, and that is where we are going to go next. The other stuff we can do later, but I feel like I want to get Tali back on our ship. We have Garrus back, but it's just not quite enough. We need another familiar face. And if you recall at the beginning of the game, as I check this planet, but I can do that later, off camera. If you recall, Tali said she was on a difficult mission here, and apparently this is Geth space. This is Haestrom. So, formerly a Quarian colony, Haestrom was established to observe the phenomena on Dolan, the system's parent star. Dolan appeared to be unstable, with a high possibility of erupting prematurely into a red giant. Haestrom was lost to the Geth in 1896 CE. Soon after, all communication from the planet and its attendant space station ceased. The Geth have shown no signs of treating Dolan as a threat over the past 3 centuries, other than establishing several space stations near it. Dolan's magnetic eruptions and solar output overwhelm most communications near it, and it is unclear how the Geth have compensated. Today, spy probe scans indicate extensive orbital construction around Haestrom, housing thousands of Geth platforms and an unknown number of Geth software mines. It is not known how many Geth are on the planet's surface. Spy probes face interface from Dolan, making remote scanning difficult. Resource estimations based on Geth mining, refining, and fabricating practices suggest that the planet has at least 20 more years of use before it is exhausted. Intelligence experts speculate that the Geth have not exploited all of their resources because they wish to keep some in reserve for repairs. Travel advisory: Haestrom is a Geth stronghold. Military spy drones using cutting-edge stealth technology are the only vehicles that have returned unharmed from Geth space. All civilian traffic is prohibited. Atmospheric pressure, surface temperature 44 Celsius. Yeah, see, here's the thing about this planet. This sun here in this system, look at that. It's a big red star, and it's gonna make it unbearable on this planet. So there's gonna be, this is gonna be a little difficult because we have to stay in the shade. But you will see in the next part.